SwimOutlet.com delivers the best online shopping experience. With an extensive selection and the lowest prices, you're guaranteed to find the product you need. Here's what you get. Free shipping on all orders over $49. Free 1 to 2 day shipping on all orders over $99. All orders placed by 6 p.m. ship out the same day. Shop at SwimOutlet.com, the web's most popular swim shop.
This is a special edition of the Morning Swim Show. I'm Jeff Cummings here at the ASCA World Clinic in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sitting next to me is someone who is very revered in the coaching ranks, Jay Fitzgerald, who is going to be inducted into the ASCA Hall of Fame. Jay, congratulations on this great honor.
Thank you very much. It is a great honor, and I'm very excited and very pleased to have such an honor. It's pretty overwhelming.
You're now the coach at Pine Crest Swim Club down there in Florida. You've been there for 17 years, is that right?
That's right. I've been there. I've been at Pine Crest School for 17 years, ever since I left Santa Clara, and it's been a good time.
Well, obviously, I'm sure the weather is keeping you there, but what else do you like about Pine Crest that makes it such a good place to coach?
Well, Pine Crest School is one of the top educational schools in the country. The school has won several awards, and when I was in Santa Clara, I mean, I had 3 young sons that were in, elementary through pre-primary school, and when the opportunity first came up and Pine Crest contacted me, I was very happy where I was at Santa Clara. However, we were looking at our own children and their educational needs, etc. And I spoke to a good friend of mine, Greg Troy, who's also going in on this class tonight. So Greg and I talked, and he has 3 sons as well. So there's some similar, and they're similar ages and similar names even.
Wow.
So he explained to me the benefits he felt that he was achieving for his family,
yeah,
while still being able to coach competitively at the bowl school, and told me I should really seriously look at it. So I did.
And you've done really well there. I want to go back, not to Santa Clara. I'm going to go further back to your first coaching job that I heard was at the Country Club of Virginia in Richmond. Is that right?
That was my very first coaching job, absolutely. It was the Country Club of Virginia in Richmond, Virginia. I was a student at Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, and a swimmer, but that term would be used pretty loosely if you ever watched me. I wasn't that good, but I had a great mentor in Jack Schultz, who was my coach, who brought me to my first ASCA clinic in 1972, because I was trying to be a journalist in my major, and he wanted me to shift my major to physical education and get into coaching, and he wanted me to coach the age group program we were running out of the university. So that summer, an opportunity opened at Country Club of Virginia for me to go there, and Jack encouraged me to do that, and I did. And I got bit really bad. We had a pretty successful season, and I didn't realize that after the first meet we had won, everybody was like congratulating me, and all these doctors and lawyers and bankers and really professional people, and I was like, wow, this is a nice thing. Well, then I found out later they hadn't won a meet in 7 years, so it was a pretty big thing. But it was so much fun teaching and working. I would encourage any young coach, if this is something you're thinking about wanting to do, you really need to get into that very basic level, like at a summer league program,
right, and
teach the basic skills, teach the things to the athletes, and find out whether or not this really is something you want to do. But after that summer at CCV, I knew I was going to be a coach. And then Jack took me to the ASCA clinic in Montreal, and I saw Dick Hanula, and he looks just like he does now. Back in 1972,
yeah,
had his white hair, still lean and mean, and gave a great talk about his high school program in Tacoma. And I met so many other great coaches, and along the way, I was able to make a friendship and meet with Don Gambrell, and then he helped me from there.
Yeah, definitely. He is one of the most revered coaches in the history of swimming around the world. If there was one thing that you would say you learned from Don, what would that be?
Don was a master at working with each individual. I mean, he understood there were different needs and different things that were going to motivate a distance swimmer versus a sprinter. And even within the sprint group, we had Johnny Skinner and Jack Babashoff, and those were two totally different personalities in those days. And we had Casey Converse, the first man to ever break 15 minutes in the mile at the NC2As or anywhere. And then we had great backstroker like Carly Barracow and IMers like Mike Currington and things, and Kevin Mills was our good breaststroker. That you might be able to relate to this, Jeff. Kevin couldn't swim very well during the season, but once he got his rest and we went into the SECs, he was totally a different breaststroker than he was during the season. So Don had that gift of being able to communicate with each athlete and understanding how to design a program for each athlete that was going to benefit each athlete. And to this day, I still write and pattern most of my workouts off of what I learned from Coach Gambrill, because I still have a distance set and I look at the people that are in that lane and what those sets are going to be. I have a breaststroke lane, I have a sprint lane, I have an IM lane, I have a fly and back lane, and those workouts are written for what those people are.
Yeah, so it really does seem like something I also notice in coaching is that it seems like every year something is changing. When I'm looking at some of the topics these coaches are discussing, it changes every year. It seems like it's like technology. You know, you absorb one new piece of a technology, and it's all of a sudden it needs a big update.
Well, that's true, and Coach Gambrill, I think, identified that way early, because in the summers he sent me out and had me go work with Paul Bergen at Nashville and wanted me to learn the things that Paul was doing that was so successful at Nashville. And Coach Bergen at that time had, you know, a remarkable team and was doing some great things with Nick Nevitt and Tracy Calkins and Joan Pennington and the like. And Coach Gambrill was not bashful about stealing from anyone. You know, when I came back, he wanted me to show him the drills and the things that I learned from Coach Bergen, and we implemented a lot of that into our daily training program at Bama the very next year. The year after that, Don sent me to work with Skip Kenny at Cincinnati, and I learned a completely another set of philosophies and another way of doing things. And Skip was a master at team motivation and making everybody believe in the team and the team goals and things along those lines. And so, I mean, I was very blessed to have three great mentors at a high Olympic level, and was very blessed very early on to have Jack Schultz see something in me when I was at VCU and say, you know, I think you need to come to ASCA. And he was he was Ron Ballator's roommate at SIU.
Wow.
So whenever we would have a hard practice and things weren't, you know, going, or we wanted to have a break, we would always ask Jack to tell us a Ballator story, and there were some great stories.
Yes, everybody's got a Ballator story. Well, from the Country Club of Virginia to Pine Crest, and now here in the Hall of Fame, Jay Fitzgerald, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sure there's a lot more to come from you, and we look forward to it.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
All right, so that's
it.
Jay Fitzgerald here on the Morning Swim Show. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.